Hello, good evening. So, we're back with another episode where we are going to talk about, is math all about numbers? Whenever I see the word math, most of us just relate to some algebraic expressions, addition, multiplication, or the BODMAS rule. But is it math only about that? That's what I feel personally. We can't do without numbers, and maths is all about numbers. Henceforth, I feel it gets difficult, and there are a lot of problems with math. But let's see what my fellow colleagues today have to say on this. So we have Chitranj and Akriti with us. So maybe they try and broaden our horizons as to what they feel what math is about. So let's see what they have to talk about. But before we begin, we would want a one-liner introduction about both of them for our audience. So we begin with Chitranj. Could you please tell them what do you do with us in igebra?
Okay, I am a junior digital marketing analyst working with igebra.
Okay, Akriti.
Um, Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be on this show, and I work as a content writer and editor at iGebra.
All right. So, guys, as you know, all of us keep talking about various topics on our iPi live talk show. So, today we have this topic with us whether math is all about numbers or is it only about numbers and complicated expressions, due to which we possibly have our fears instilled because of that. So, let's see what Chitranj has to say on this very question. Chitranj, I put it across to you again. Is math all about numbers?
Uh, According to me, yes, math is all about numbers, but I agree on it partially because having a numbers is not sufficient. While having a numbers, we need to reach to some conclusion or to have a result. So that can only happen with expressions and operators like plus, minus, division, as I said, BODMAS rule, and also with the help of formulas and having an expression which drives us towards a fruitful result through which we can discover anything and we can get to our answers, right? And also math is about learning about directions. That there is also one topic in the mathematics which is learning about directions, speed, time, distance as well. So well, like with the numbers only we cannot learn about directions. So there, what is required is analytical thinking, critical thinking, problem solving thinking. So having mathematical knowledge so well helps us to enhance our problem solving skills, critical thinking, and uh, potential thinking also. So I think like that.
Okay, so Chitranj had to say that numbers are there partially, so he would agree on the statement as well. Plus, he gave another aspect to it. So let's see what Akriti has to say. I put it across to her yet again. Is math all about numbers?
Uh, I think math is definitely a synonym for number. I completely agree to that point. But then math, it's also somewhat related to arts. And, most of the times it's not very clearly understood by everyone that how it is related with arts and how do it, math is beyond numbers. So basically, let's take an example. Uh, we think that math and dance are like poles apart, but actually it's absolutely wrong. Math and dance are actually something that are very complementary to each other. um, we see a lot of rhythmic motion, shapes, patterns. That is all, in dancing. That is all because of the use of math in it. So, for example, if we do ballet, so the dancer who lifts the other person, and the time and the power that he's using to lift that person, and in that rhythmic motion he has to do and complete that twist and turn. So that is also calculated with the help of math. How much time he needs to lift that one girl and then take a turn. So all of these things combine as a crucial part in math. Plus, sometimes in dancing we have like fast steps or slow steps. So fast steps in waltz, basically these are 3-step counts. And then we have another notion which is known as swing steps. So swing steps are 4 rhythmic counts. So when we are actually taking these things, we are calculating all of these rhythmic things in our mind. So that is, I'm not denying that it has nothing to do with numbers or something like that.
Yeah.
But yes, there is a rhythmic pattern motion involved, which is not exactly, related with numbers. But yes, it has a pattern, shape, figure. This is the reason it is related with math.
Okay, so guys, she also gave all of us a very deep perspective to some dance movements where she spoke about some rhythmic values as well as to how they are 3 and 4 and how there are different kinds of movements in dance. That's what she enlightened us with as well, along with numbers and a mathematical concept. So now, Akriti, you have been talking about shapes and patterns. So till now, you were just talking about dance. But what do you think? Are there shapes, patterns, and any other kind of these things present in our nature as well, which are around us, but often go unnoticed?
So I believe there is this mathematical concept by the name of fractals. So what are fractals? Fractals are never-ending, series
Hmm.
that we can actually spot in the nature. So let's take an example of a cauliflower or a broccoli. So there, when you cut broccoli or cauliflower, you can see the exact replica of the bigger one that you can see. So as soon as you cut down and you actually analyze the smaller pieces, you can actually relate that it is a miniature version of the bigger one. So that tells that the nature works on fractals, which is a never ending series. The main, the bigger portion is exactly the same as the smaller one, which is again patterns and shapes and figures repeating their sequence. So math is all around us in the nature as well. Yes.
Okay, so she says math is all around us in the nature as well. So now let's see, Chitransh. Can you find math in your shirt? Is numbers or math involved in your shirt that you're wearing?
And my shirt, yeah, sure, why not? As you can see, my collar, it is of rectangular shape, as Akriti was talking about shape. It is of rectangular shape. You can see my buttons, it is of circle shape, right? If you can count the number of holes in the button, there are 4 holes, right? So if you start seeing anything around you and relate it with mathematics, then definitely you're going to see find maths all around you. I also agree with Akriti.
Okay.
Math is on our face as well. The symmetry, the eyes,
Yeah.
placement of nose, everywhere. The shirt that he's wearing. So all the buttons are in the middle of the shirt. So everywhere, everything is mathematical.
Yes, I think it's definitely true that math is everywhere. And if we go and see all this, we tend to see it. But often, as we say, it gets unnoticed. So we need to find out creative ways, creative aspects that we are able to actually ace our knowledge beyond the marks or just beyond the academic performance. So I think Chitransh and Akriti, those were very good perspectives where Akriti spoke about the face and Chitransh spoke about the shirt. So it was really nice. And as to how all the buttons are placed at an equal gap is something also very important. Otherwise, it would just look like some other attire altogether. So I think that's really great. So just to wrap up this show, I would like each one of you to give like one of the last lines, the wrapping lines to our audience to motivate them, find math and not leave them. Instead, face their fears. So Akriti.
So just one liner thing, math is the essence of our nature. It's just an inseparable part of ourselves.
Okay, so guys, you should grab this essence. That's what Akriti wants to say. Chitransh, from you.
So I will say that math is much more interesting than you think. Just math is all about fun. And if you see, look all around you, you will start finding maths with you, even inside you.
Okay. Yes, that's very true. You can find math everywhere. And if you feel you have a problem, please find out creative ways, creative ideas in order to enlighten yourselves and broaden your perspectives, opinions, and horizons. Do not stay restricted. So that's what we want to say. So thank you, Akriti. Thank you, Chitranj, for being there on the show. And definitely we would connect soon with some other topics. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
inviting over, and it was
Yes,
very enlightening. Thank you.
Yeah.
yes, definitely. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye.